So, I don't know how long ago it happened as of the recording of this and when you're listening to this, but there was an incident that happened with the McElroy brothers, specifically Travis McElroy, during their podcast network has a
like a fundraiser.
Like a fundraiser that they do like every year. And he was streaming to make money for the little fundraiser. And he was streaming Stardew Valley, you know, an innocent game. And Travis McElroy forgot to uninstall his sex mods. And the first thing that comes up is some text bubble about a horny Minotaur.
Well,
I just think that's great. This was all, to me, the funniest part of this is somebody posted a picture of Gold Lewis Dickinson from Guilty Gear Strive with purple hair shooting his laser beam to destroy the sex mods.
I feel like this is a safe space to criticize the McElroys because I don't think they'll ever hear this. Like, I'm a proponent of
giant One Piece
not
fans.
Talking shit. Dude, watch.
They listen to us every week, and those motherfuckers couldn't give us a drop of clout.
Zero clout from the McElroys.
We had to work for our clout.
Damn. It's a clout eat clout world out there. But
oh god.
Yeah, I don't like criticizing people like in super public forums. Like, Twitter can be a weird place unless you're like private or whatever. Because, like, you know, people like ego search. In some aspect, that's on them. But, like, also, like, it's Twitter. Like, come on, dude. Like, massive public forum. But, like, I feel secure in saying that Travis McElroy is my least favorite McElroy brother.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement. I think I could safely say. And nothing against him. It's just... In the tier list of McElroy brothers,
he's just cringe.
Like, yeah, he's just he is good when he is with the other brothers.
Precisely.
But stand alone. You know what he is? He is like Iron Man in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh no.
If you're playing him with Firebrand or Doctor Doom, his assist is godlike. And he works with the team perfectly, and you can get unblockables. But as soon as he's by himself, he's a cringe little billionaire that sucks and just loses to every character in and out of X Factor.
I just like, I don't know, man. Like, you know, loads of people like him. It's totally fine. Like, no judgment on you if he's your favorite brother. like. This is a low stakes conversation. Like, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna hunt you.
Our biggest fan, eyes bloodshot in tears. All of their Travis McElroy posters intermingled with their One Piece posters around their room.
We're gonna get doxxed by someone. We're gonna get doxxed by literally Travis McElroy.
Jesus. All because of his sex mods from Stardew Valley.
He's like there was like something. This is not the first time he's been publicly cringe.
He did something before. I remember. I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was like. Ugh.
It was equally inconsequential. It was basically just like I don't know, some D&D thing or some shit, I think also for a fundraiser, and he kind of just like really like took the reins and was like oddly moralistic about how they were playing, and was I don't even remember. I don't remember enough to dunk on this. That's just like the gist of what happened. I remember cringing. If that has any value.
Look, I think we can all agree, Travis McElroy, kind of cringe. He's a solid B tier, but when you get to Griffin and Justin, Griffin McElroy or Griffith, fuck, I'm having
Griffin.
like Berenstain. Like,
You created a split in the universe.
wait, Griffith McElroy?
Griffith McElroy was the one eating the amiibos and the banana.
Yeah.
Griffin McElroy is a family man.
Yes, that is it. God, yeah. See, I have to put Griffin McElroy in S tier because of, I mean, this was outside of the podcast, so maybe it's unfair of me to do that, but like, the banana crunch was just so like, pun intended, raw and hilarious. Like, it was comedy. It's
so nasty.
When people are, it's my favorite joke of all time. Well, because it's true, but it's like comedians nowadays, like, oh, I can't say this racist thing. Like, how do you expect me to be funny? And then literally just cut to Griffin McElroy crunching a banana without peeling it.
My favorite clip is just Griffin McElroy. Like my favorite thing about the whole thing is like whenever someone shows clips of it, they always blur out Nick Robinson.
Yup. I love it.
Chef's kiss. You know, talking about cringe, we got to talk about the real cringe. That man keeps trying to come up in the public eye, Nick Robinson. And I wish he wouldn't.
Yeah. I'm like, hey man, look, if he's all like, I don't know, if he's reformed and shit, good for him, but also like, dude, I don't know, I'm still kind of nastied out by what he did. I'm like,
but also doubt it.
I don't think I trust you enough if you're the one telling me that you changed, you know? Like,
exactly, yeah, like,
if he himself is like, oh, I've changed, like, brother, that's cool. I'm gonna have to check your sources. Like,
exactly.
I'm gonna have to check your sources. Like,
because people can and genuinely do change. I don't know. I feel like we're biased because literally when that happened, we had like personal shit happen in the same vein.
Yeah.
And so we were just like, we could not escape.
Yeah. We can't escape from crossing fates. Marxist really called it. But yeah, we might be biased, but also like, I'm gonna need more proof.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it is with the kind of stuff that Nick Robinson did. Yeah. But is this gonna be one of those times where we have to bleep his name every time we mention him?
Oh, we can. I'll leave it up to whoever's editing this episode.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how we feel after this.
Yeah. But speaking about this episode, no, this time fortunately we're not a McElroy Brothers centered podcast. How do I word this?
That would suck.
We are not a McElroy Brothers news podcast.
Could you imagine? Like, that's like... that's disgustingly meta.
Yeah, that would be like Red Letter Media's Nerd Crew, where they're making fun of like the Star Wars podcast. Yeah, fortunately, we are not a McElroy Brothers news podcast.
I got one last thing, actually.
Lay it on us.
Let me become that podcast real quick. There was one time, I don't know why, this was like the last thing I ever used Facebook for, but Griffin and his wife were doing a podcast called Wonderful. It's fine. I fell off of it because I just didn't walk that much anymore. It's a great walking podcast. No problems with that. But I joined their Facebook group, the Facebook group for that podcast. And Honky Town Central. It was crazy. And like the Facebook group, I watched it explode over like, I think someone trying to Blue Lives Matter a police horse. Something along those lines. And there was just like a giant schism, And dude, witnessing it firsthand felt so great.
Dog, that's like when you're when you're a part of something, or like when you're just in the crowd of something, and just something something just breaks out, and people just start going fucking feral, and you have no like affiliation with either side. That is like the greatest feeling. Like just yes, like something.
Do you remember
carnal within you?
On Tumblr, the whole thing of this like Sonic RP blog that like became a black hole of like self-referential drama?
I don't think I do.
I witnessed that. It took, of course, like over 3 days it happened, and I was so terminally online I saw all of it.
Oh my god.
Dude, I swear I have the best of luck sometimes. But no, we're not a drama podcast.
Yeah, we're not drama alert, but for One Piece we are Paramecia Fancast, a One Piece fancast where we review the latest chapters of One Piece and have different One Piece related discussions every single week. My name is John.
My name is Franz.
And buddy, coming back from a little break week, and we got 1048, 20 years.
Well, which is starting to look like the length of Wano. Am I right, folks? Yeah.
That's how long it takes to read One Piece.
If you read One Piece for 1 second every day, it would take you 20 years.
You're giving me some Burger King foot lettuce.
Number 7, Burger King foot lettuce.
Oh man, like honestly, this chapter was real. It was kind of like by the book, but it hit very emotionally. Like,
yeah,
there wasn't
normally
story progression really.
Yeah,
but there was feels progression.
Yeah, feels based progression. Normally I see a whole bunch of hubbub on the chapters on like Twitter and stuff, whether it was good or bad. This week I did not see if people liked it or disliked it, and I read it and I was like, yeah, I like it. It's not like super bad or anything, so hell yeah.
It's probably like a good chapter for a break, not for week to week readers, but like shotgun readers. This is going to be like a good break for them.
Yeah, which surprisingly, not to get into that whole thing, but like I've still been reading through Fire Force, and I reached like a stretch of chapters that I'm sure week to week might have been kind of boring, but for me, shotgunning through the series like volume through volume, I'm like, man, that was refreshing. That was a nice little detour we just took, and I appreciated that.
It makes you wonder what the intent is.
Yeah, but no, we get another volume, the next volume finally, because we had a color spread last time, of Germa 66's an Emotionless Excursion, Volume 10, and it's Brûlé and Cracker, and Brûlé's like, I think Germa's come to Chocolate Town, with her hand like halfway through, and you could see in her speech bubble, it shows Reiju and Ichiji. No, I really don't think it's them. I don't think it's them at all.
Dude, I wonder what the fake out is.
Yeah, if you take anything about like, I don't know, if you are reading this and you think like, oh dang, yeah, it is Reiju and Ichiji, remember Reiju's, like, I remember Reiju's speech to Sanji when she tells him about his mother, and then she's like, oh, just leave us to die, Sanji. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, like, Reiju's like, we're gonna be trapped at the dinner, like, just leave us and we're gonna die. Like, I would rather, like, I've done so many terrible things, I would rather watch this family die than, like, drag you into this. And I'm like, oh, like, so seeing that, and then seeing, like, oh, Reiju's come back to say, I'm like, hell no, like, sorry, bozo. Like,
damn, call him bozo. No, I think the people who like really are hopeful that it actually is Ichiji and Reiju, like, are hoping that it's kind of like they got Grinched. Their heart grew 3 times
Yeah.
over the course of Whole Cake Island. I feel like that's what they hope for, and like I don't blame them for hoping that. Like if you really like those characters, I'd be there too. But I don't believe. I will say though.
No, I was just gonna say I think. Hold on to that thought. All I'm gonna say is I think that with the way things are progressing right now, we don't have like a time period. Well, no, we do. This is taking place like right after Whole Cake Island, like right after the fight.
Yeah.
Like right after the Straw Hats left. This is like it takes place at the end of that fight when Big Mom left for Wano. Because it started with Judge and them leaving on the ship all like battle scarred. They were leaving Whole Cake Island, and then like they had just captured Niji and Yonji. But like with the way things are progressing, like so she had already left for Wano. Like I think the world government's like movements had already begun at that point. So like I'm still thinking it might be CP0. Like maybe it's the other members that we haven't seen in a bit, like Stussy and Giraffe Man, Kaku. But whoever it is, I think it's gonna end up being a fake out. Like it's gonna be somebody, like it's not those two. I think it's gonna be somebody like, you know, barging in on Big Mom's territory while Big Mom is out to like take advantage of it. I would be terrified if it was Blackbeard's crew, but
dude,
I don't know
like
if he's gonna do that to
case.
us on a
Like Jesus, if that was the case, my God.
Yeah.
But what I want to say, and I don't want to dwell on it because it will derail us. But in my brain, there was like a split second where I forgot where we were and what we're doing here. And you said Germa, and my brain thought of Gerba985 or whatever, the streamer.
The streamer.
Whatever Boston noises he's making all the time, you know?
Germa985. God, I hope that Germa is like Ludwig, where like he doesn't ever really talk about it, but he just likes One Piece.
I really hope so.
He reads One Piece because Ludwig, he'll never like wax poetic about how great One Piece is.
It's just a meme that he really is horny about Nami.
Yeah, it started as a meme of him being horny about Nami, but then like in one video, I was on his Mogo Mail channel, which is like his sort of unscripted, like he just talks to the camera, like real talk stuff. And he was talking about like Mr. Beast and how Mr. Beast like hired like a private jet for him, and like his whole fiasco of going to like,
oh yeah,
like he flew to
North Carolina.
North Carolina to do some like video shoot for Mr. Beast. And this whole, we'll go watch the channel in this video, but in that video, he's talking about the plane, and he just, at multiple times, he's like, oh, like, so I got on the plane, and, you know, I have my little snacks, I have my phone, and he's like, and I have my One Piece volume 96 Wano Country, and he's like, I'm trying to bang out some chapters on that, and it's like, in multiple streams, he'll just randomly mention it, and then just leave the thought. Like,
that's always it. And you know what, I can respect it.
And I respect it. And I'm like, dude, I hope more people are like that. I would love if Germa985 just unabashedly loved One Piece and was just like very casual, like, yeah, I read the new chapter. Pretty good.
Yeah. Honestly, like, part of me doesn't... I would hate to see him become a, like, One Piece influencer, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So, like...
It's, I like it where we've also just not talked about the chapter.
Yeah. We start with the giant fist in the sky, and Luffy is just like, move Onigashima out, or Momonosuke saying this, he's like, move Onigashima out of the way. Wait, Luffy, I can't. And he's remembering his family, like, when you reach the future, you must rebuild the Kozuki clan. And he just bashes his head into the side of the planet.
Because he's been pulling it, but now he's gonna be pushing it.
That gif of the guy on the street, like pointing to his brain, like,
exactly, yeah.
This whole time,
could have just done that, silly.
Yeah, but it's so good, and I love this whole set. I did not expect like what happened with Kaido to happen, but I was like, it looks so cool.
It does. I mean, Oda really like banged it out. Like we see Luffy like, you know, he's reeling up, he's still holding on to Kaido, and Kaido gives this whole spiel. Very well then, I'll take your punch. Tell me, Straw Hat, did you know that 20 years ago the hero of this country was burned to death? And he starts like spewing, like, it's not just fire, it looks like magma, like Akainu's magma.
Yeah.
And you turn to the page, we get a full page spread, Flame Dragon Torch, and he's just on fire. Because, like, of course you can do that. Sure, whatever. Like,
yeah.
I'm not super bothered about it. It looks really cool.
It looks sick. And it looks like he has, like, a tiny little dragon head on top of his... Do you see that? Am I
do
crazy?
See exactly what you're talking about.
It looks... It's crazy.
Do you think he did that on purpose? Because it looks exactly like you're saying.
Yeah,
yes.
He had to have done it on purpose, but...
Dude, the
Flame Dragon
here?
Torch.
Ooh, because you see Luffy's arm stretching. It's good.
And we've talked about this before, like... Oda, you know, the characters have official heights and, like, sizes. Like, there's an official size chart. But Oda is really good at, like, when, like, I've seen some people, like, talk, like, bad about it, but I think it accentuates scenes like this. Like, Luffy looks absolutely, like, tiny compared to, like, he just messes with the perspective and makes characters look smaller than they, like, are comparatively. Because... oh my god, Kaido looks like gigantic, all on fire. Like, Luffy is so tiny.
He does it all for the page turn, and I can respect that so much.
And, like, Flame Dragon Torch, and like you said, he was like, 20 years ago, the hero of this country was burned to death. Ever since then, this has been a lawless place, and now you are the heroes they've been waiting 20 years for. And, the flame burns Luffy's hand, and he starts doing the, like, when you take the little sopita out of the microwave and you go to cool it off. That's what he hit it with. But he's like, that's right, let go of me. I'm not going anywhere. And that giant fist of yours will not come down on me. It will melt into nothing first. As we see Kaido's tail, like, brush against the Onigashima horn. Mind you, the one side has been sliced off, and now this one is melted off by Kaido.
Dude, whoever's skull this was, they're just having a bad day, man.
Yeah, they're getting all kinds of, like, dude, they're getting fucked up.
Oh, it's gonna get worse, too. I can't wait till we get some Looney Tunes shit with the skull. It better happen. But, like, Luffy's just going into this super confident. I'm not melting. Gum. And Kaido also, you know, he gives this, like, rising dragon. And then Luffy thinks back a little to, like, oh, what you call Haki is known as Ryo here on Wano. Thinking back to what the old little bean man told him.
Yeah.
And the old man taught me how to do that without touching. I'll smash you all the way down to the bottom of hell. To heck, bro.
To heck, bro. To death, bro. And then Gum Bajrang gun?
Yes.
I don't quite know what Bajrang is, but it sounds cool.
So,
or is it Bajrang? See, I saw it and all I thought of was Rajang, and I was like, I'm mad, but also like, yeah, cool.
From what I understand, Hippo on our server was I had heard something about this. I believe it was Artur, but Hippo gave the, like, strong confirmation of the Indian deity known as Hanuman. It's a god. It's a monkey god of all things.
Oh, that's so cool.
The other name, like another like kind of potential name for it is Bajrang.
Oh, okay. Dude, that's super sick.
Apparently, so it's called Bajrang Bali. Bali being strong. Anga, who has limbs. Vajra, diamond limbs, the strong one, is like a moniker for this deity, Hanuman.
Holy shit.
So, hey,
Yeah.
he's got the diamond fist. We know it.
That's awesome. Bajrang gun.
Of course, it's always got to be gun.
Dude, I'm literally imagining like Luffy in his brain. We had talked about it last week. Like his move names are like animals and like weapons. And all I can think about is like he was thinking up a name for this one. And in his brain, like the spirit of the fruit was like Bajrang, like the Hindu monkey god. And Luffy's like, that's sick. And then just like Bart Simpson in that Simpsons episode is like, good old gun. Nothing beats that.
Dude, it's good. I love this Rubber Boy. And like on top of all this, like it's just like the weekly reminder that all those like Latin American like YouTubes that would take like the raws or like take the translated chapters and put them in a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Like whenever they had their theories, they would be like, Monkey God Haki confirmed. I really hate the fact that it's real.
I can't believe we're on that timeline. This is my life now. I owe it to make a pilgrimage to Latin America and go to each individual Latin American One Piece YouTuber that made a video like that, no matter how obscure. And I owe them a personal apology.
Just like, man, fucking, you know how like, it is. They're out here with like Super Saiyan Gold, even though he already turns gold. Super Saiyan 8.
Can I just say it? It's because the people that said like God Monkey Haki are the same people that drew those like Goku Super Saiyan 10 pictures.
Precisely, dude. That is exactly what I'm saying. We had no reason to believe them.
For the boy who cried Super Saiyan 10. Fool me once, shame on me. But now when Monkey God Haki is real, now I don't want to believe you anymore.
Honestly, as penance, we should, as a joke, we should struggle to do a podcast episode completely in Spanish.
Oh my god.
I feel...
Just drop a random break week episode just all in Spanish.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Damn. I practice. I don't remember how good your Spanish is.
I'm practicing. I'm not fully. I can carry on like very very simple conversation. I could stumble my way through some complex stuff.
That's what we're here for. We're gonna figure that out, man.
We're gonna do this.
Watch us do numbers.
Watch us fucking blow up like dude. If we get to collab with the original guy that made the Monkey God Haki theory, like I think I'll die happy.
I think it's well deserved. Like, you know, you got like
that guy,
Mother's Basement. Okay. You know, teching
the upper echelon,
and that guy,
Mother's Basement, teching. Here's the dream collab: Mother's Basement, teching, Ludwig, that guy that made Monkey God Haki, and then One Piece Japan theory, the guy that like called that Blackbeard didn't sleep. Those three. Or those 5 people would be my top 5 collab picks.
We'll make it one day.
I have to know, like, I have to pick their brains. Why did they know this? Why did they have this information?
Dude, the things I would do to get, like, people's genuine, absolute most crack theories.
the lengths we would go.
That we gotta grow. We gotta grow in order to get there.
Yeah. We gotta grow to know,
Hey.
Hey, not too bad, not too bad.
But
No,
you
but,
know, we wipe away from the whole clash, straight towards Usopp, Jeffrey the Giraffe, Keen and Kiku, just swept away by the water. Usopp's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to drop you. You're breathing, right? You better not be dead." Bunch of the samurai on the floor, just, "Oh, like, you can do it, Straw Hat. Get Kaido," until he's gone. None of this is truly over. And then we just go back to the flashback of them escaping right away from Odin's execution. Mind you, like, this is already something we'd seen, but like, it hits different.
Yeah, this is... we get, like, Lord Odin, the vassals have escaped, capture every last one of them. And then, or they're screaming for Lord Odin, and he's just like, do not turn back. And, this panel of them all running, and you just see, like, Kiku's face with tears.
Dude.
And they, as they're running, they hear the gunshot, like, that killed Odin, like, oh, man.
It's like a different perspective on it all. And then, like,
yeah,
they're going, Orochi, he was like, "Oh, they're going to Curry, blah, blah, blah. They've got to protect them, the Momonosuke, his heir." Apparently, that's the first time Kaido heard of that. Kaido was just like, "Oh, he's got a son? Dibs."
Yeah. And, like, everybody is like, "Please, like, no more, leave them alone." And Kaido just starts beating them, telling them to move. And, like, Orochi's just telling people, like, "Oh, like, if you defy me, you're shot on sight."
It's crazy, dude.
Oh, man, this whole flashback. Like, what about Odin's wife? She was confirmed dead in Bakura Town. No one else escaped from Odin Castle. The Kozuki clan has been thoroughly wiped out. Now choose, Daimyo. Will you join us in making our Wano great, or is it war? And we see all the Daimyo of each of the regions. Udon, Ringo, Hakumai, and Kibi. And, other than what's his face? God, I'm drawing a blank.
Shimotsuki?
No,
Yasuie.
Yasuie. Jesus, how did I forget that? Other than Yasuie, who is, we knew is the Hakumai daimyo, the other three are the ones that were like, that fought against Kaido, trapped in the those are the ones that were trapped in the cave with Yamato as a child.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, and they were the ones that, so that scene took place after this, I'm assuming, because, like, they fought, and then Kaido, like,
kept
he captured them, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna break their spirits and break them in, because I'm gonna make them, like, strong." But, like, it's just cool, like, damn, like, they were...
Dude,
they were all the daimyo of their regions.
Shit.
Yeah, it would make sense, too, because they were, like, super powerful. It's like, that's why they were so damn, like, not stubborn, what was it, like,
tenacious.
Loyal to Odin. Yeah. Like, they were like, "Oh, like, we don't need to eat, we're not hungry, like, we're samurai." And they were, as soon as they broke out, they were, like, ready to, like, fight. And they're like, "All right, we're gonna fight," because that book, like, 20 years from now, whatever's written in that book that they read, they were like, "All right, we're gonna fight for that future." And I'm like, damn. Dude. But even right now, before that, you can see them like, man, like, I love, if you already know the answer, then that's a stupid question. Our only shogun is Kozuki. Avenge Odin's death as they're, like, charging the castle.
Dude, and it sucks because, like, Kaido just, like, essentially just wipes them. It's no contest. He just keeps, doing bolo blast after bolo blast, blast breath, whatever. And
yeah.
Orochi the motherfucker is just cackling about it. "Oh, you're so weak. Does the word samurai mean nothing anymore?" People are crying over dead bodies. Like, they're curses. If he didn't have Kaido backing him up, that fool of a lord would be nothing. Pipe down. Orochi can hear a pin drop. Kaido's army will come after us. And then, like, we see time progress, like, really fast through, and just... This is where the whole flashback really starts hurting and really starts becoming unique. Because
I really like this.
You know, one of the smokestack factories come up. Oh, bring me every young man of working age. And then you see them making weapons or making cannons. And then more of them go up. They start fighting. They start trying to, like, you know, fight back against Orochi. And, you know, the beast pirates aren't having it. And so they start taking family away. The river changes color. There's no water to drink. Everything just turns to shit.
Yeah, and it shows them in Udon, and he's like, if you want to live to see tomorrow, then get to work. Work, you miserable trash. No one's coming to help. This nation is closed off. And I love the, like, symbolism, even in the big panel before, but then even in this one, they cut to it, like, just that image of the noose is so fucked up.
Yeah,
for like what's being told, but even like this panel, like no one's coming to help. This nation is closed off, and it's just like the juxtaposition of that panel right next to the factory smokestacks is like their existence is either like it's so like messed up. It's like you either live to help us or kill yourself, and that's.
And regardless, you have a noose around your neck. Like that, no matter what your choice is, it's a noose.
Yeah. You either live like in horrible conditions, like barely living on to slave away for like this country that's like a shadow of it once was, or you like just fully give up, like give up all hope.
And like, you know, despite that and despite the imagery, we do get to see some people like keep going, you know, a couple like sitting there being like whipped about and just like, don't rush, be patient. There's a long winter ahead. Trust in Lady Toki's words. And then we see, you know, people eating like leftover smile scraps. And then as if the bastard couldn't get worse, the things coming out of his mouth. That's right. Learn from Ebisu Town. You might be hungry, your family might be dead, but you can still laugh and lead a bright, cheery life. Like,
and it's just what your writhing, crawling maggots deserve. As he thinks to himself, I'm like, dude, this guy is like pure evil, which makes the end of this chapter like satisfying in a way, but also like not satisfying enough in a way, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because we've talked about on this show multiple times, we're very bloodthirsty with this man. Like, we want him to die the most horrible death.
We want him drawn and quartered, man.
Yeah. And, like, we see him on fire. Damn it all, Komurasaki. And he's like, like, I'll drag you down with me. Never count out the wrath of Kurazumi. We can share a drink again when we meet in the afterlife. And then you just see, Bedlam has arrived as a familiar sword starts getting unsheathed, and ooh, there he is, Denjiro, like slashing his head off like while on fire, and all you see is like, all you hear is the sound effect of like people, like the festival, like I'm assuming it's the drums as like the boats are flying up.
Yeah, it's just like. You get a little don-chan, and like, if you've ever played the, oh my god, that arcade taiko game in Japan.
Oh, the Bandai Namco one, I think?
Yeah.
Taiko Drum Master or something like that. I think that's like the American name.
Yeah. I think is it still called Taiko Drum Master, or did they just like go full whatever and just kept it as Taiko no Tatsujin? I wonder. Whatever. You'll know what it is. If you know, you know. Like,
yeah,
it's the don is the middle of the drum being hit, and the chan is the rims being hit, and it's like very prominent in like traditional taiko music, and like it just means the festival is really, really going, and like
so good.
All of these wishes, you know, like it's great because like. The last time we saw the wishes, it was like, oh, like something my mommy, like, I want to be happy again. And they just get so much more morose. Like, I wish Orochi would go away. Okay, us too. Please free us from this hell. Well,
I want clean water. I wish
shit.
I had food. I think this one is like kind of cut off, but it says like I wish my tummy wouldn't hurt, or I wish something that ends in MMY and then would. I wish my tummy would stop hurting, or I wish mommy would come back. Either one of those is heartbreaking.
Dude, it's all so fucked. And like, you know, I really want this to be the end of Orochi. I genuinely do. I don't know if anyone wants this more
than us. Like I wrote in our Discord, like on the manga reactions channel, I was like, I don't think this is the end of Orochi, unfortunately. I think he's gonna come back still. But if this is the end, if literally Oda just leaves it like, yeah, he's dead, that's what killed him, like, I would rejoice. I would be so happy.
Yeah, we don't want him to be alive. Yeah. We must make that clear. Like, we've just seen him be such a slimy bastard. The whole story of like Yamada no Orochi, he has 8 heads. Like, we've always been incredibly cautious of saying this man is dead.
Yeah.
And every time it's paid off.
Yeah. At the same time, like, the way I see it is like, so Kaido could go down. Like, Kaido, I think, might go down, or he's gonna lose this fight, I think. I truly think he's gonna, like, lose this one. But, like, I think, because, okay, seeing Kaido lose is not gonna be, like, the end-all, be-all. Because even in this flashback, it shows that, like, you know, everybody's, like, they fear Kaido because he's a warlord of the sea, and he's just, like, this giant dragon that, like, is just this force of destruction. But every single time that people talk, they're like, oh, like that one guy, like, when he's holding his dead friend, like, if he didn't have Kaido backing him up, that fool of a lord would be nothing. Like, everybody constantly, like, he is the point of their hatred, and, like, he's the one that's, like, the front man that everybody sees, like, you know, all the people of Wano.
And, like,
like, they fear Kaido, obviously, but at the same time, like, at the beginning of Wano, Kaido was shown to, like, he kind of, like, kept to himself. Like, he would come out every so often.
He didn't even know Momonosuke existed.
Yeah, but exactly. He didn't even know Odin had, like, a son. Like, he came there for a specific reason, which I'm assuming is what Big Mom was talking about when she was like, a piece of the One Piece is on this island, isn't it? Like, I'm assuming that's why he came there in the first place.
Oh, shit, yeah.
But, like, at the end of the day, like, okay, defeating Kaido is good for the samurai because, like, they watched him kill Lord Odin. But, like, for the people of Wano, it's like, yeah, defeating Kaido is gonna be good, but, like, it has to be Orochi's defeat that they, like they need to see it, you know? I kind of equate it to the same thing as, like, in Dressrosa. Like, in Dressrosa, you know, everybody was in the city with the birdcage and stuff and trapped, but, like, the finale of that fight needed to happen that way. Like, the people of Dressrosa needed, all of them, they needed to see Doflamingo, like, lose in order to, like, finally come to terms and, like, you know, kind of come to terms with their grief and everything that's happened.
Exactly. Like, that was what oppressed them.
Yeah. Or the same thing as, like, I kind of the same thing, but, you know, like, Eneru, like, when Luffy defeated Eneru and, like, he rang the bell and then you see his silhouette from the ground and, like, everybody on Jaya could see, like, it's in Dressrosa, Bellamy confirms, like, that he was on Jaya and he saw Luffy's silhouette. Like, everybody on the island saw that, and that's what they needed to be like, oh, the Sky Islands are real, like, they do exist.
It's like a victory lap in a certain sense.
Yeah. Like, I would be so happy if Orochi was just fucking dead right here, but I really think that, like, Kaido needs to fall, or Kaido needs to lose, and because like Kaido losing doesn't immediately fix Wano's problems. So like when the island lands, like I think I really do think the Marines are gonna like almost immediately start moving in and trying to like take over everything. And I think that is gonna be when like Orochi comes back, and he's gonna be like the major like problem for them to deal with. And when they do finally deal with him like personally, I think that's gonna be the moment when like all of Wano's gonna see Momonosuke in his adult form. Like the people of Wano need to see Orochi die. And I again, if this is him dying like permanently and Oda's like, yeah, I'm done writing him, dude, 10 out of 10. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Any scene where this guy croaks, totally cool with. But like, yeah, you're right. Like the people of Wano need something to go on, to like have hope for. And like it might seem a little crass in like in a certain sense of just having like essentially like a public execution, but like it's like in some sense like it's the most hated man ever, like in the history of this island.
Yeah,
but at the same rate, it's like, you know, it's not about vengeance, and it's not necessarily about justice. It really is exclusively about closure.
Yeah. That's the word that I was stumbling around looking for. That's the people of Wano need to see him lose as closure. Because I feel like if he dies here and then Kaido is just defeated, like that doesn't fix the problems of the country, you know? And like Luffy doesn't leave a place just like, he'll never leave a place like in shambles. Like he doesn't leave until the job is done, in a sense.
Right. Whether he like helps fixing it or whether he's like completely knocked out while others do. Like, yeah. You know, as the coming of the dawn, until it is all completely light, he doesn't go.
Yeah. And like we've seen this in multiple, like, you know, all the way back in like Alabasta, like he didn't just like, he couldn't just leave. It was like, you know, he had to go with Vivi all around the country to like help like all of the regions, and like he didn't just stop at like, oh, I'm just gonna walk in and beat Crocodile and that's it. Like he damn near punched Vivi and was like, what the hell do you want? Like you're the princess here. Like you know, you have to make this decision. I think back to Dressrosa when like he beat Doflamingo, he solved the problem, but then Rebecca was still like sad about not seeing her dad, and he was like, what do you want? Like it doesn't tell me what you really want. Like he doesn't leave until like everything is, you know, fixed. Same thing in like Whole Cake Island. They could have left that island, but he knew that Sanji wouldn't let his family die, and he was like, all right, well, you're my crew, so we're going to help your family. Like, so like if he beats Orochi here, or if he beats Kaido here and Orochi's killed and they get back to the mainland, like I'm not gonna say Luffy has to stay the whole couple of years that they're gonna take to like be on the road to recovery, but like he's not just gonna leave the island like, oh, we beat the bad guys, let's go. It's like, dude, like half the country is still like indoctrinated by Orochi, as we saw at the beginning of Wano, and then like the people are still like poisoned by the smile fruits, and Tama still can't eat her fill like he promised her. Like,
yes, that promise is gonna be like the final thing.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like I don't know how this is gonna play out. I that's why I'm a big proponent of like, I think this is gonna lead straight into the Navy infiltrating, because I think if Orochi's still alive, we know he has ties to CP0 and the world government because he's like trading them weapons and shit. I think it's gonna, you know, big brain crack theory. I could see Orochi coming back and just completely like forsaking Wano, just being like, I'm selling the whole thing. Like, I don't care. I'll burn it to the ground. Yeah. Like trying to sell it out to the world government. And then Luffy has to like, you know, Luffy and his crew have to be the ones that unite against the world government,
and
like
then it
truly
becomes like a
just save Wano.
protectorate thing, and like
Yeah.
it's just like the whole Whole Cake Island thing all over again.
Yeah.
What I want to say though is like, if we assume that this is like Orochi's final breath, I agree with this criticism going around of like, Oda, let your female characters take revenge, pretty please.
Yeah.
Write female characters who can be competent to finality, challenge, level impossible, please, Oda. Because
yeah.
you know,
And we got it with Robin and Black Maria, and I'm like, that's cool. Can I get more? Can I have seconds, please?
we got
Can I have thirds,
something
please?
like that, but like it's more of a like, okay, Nami had no part in like the Arlong fight, really.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like Luffy said like, oh, I'll handle it. Like, cool, great, love the Nakama moment. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Robin being like, save me, help me, I want to live. It's also good. Love that moment. But the problem is that it's just like becoming a trend. It's been a trend more accurately.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, this lady Hiyori, she was already stabbing the guy with sea stone nails. Like, it didn't have to be some like samurai shit, because I agree, like, if she had gotten not Enma, the other one,
Her sword,
yeah.
Or no, her sword was Enma.
Was it? The heaven one.
Yeah, because
whatever.
Yeah, because she gave the sword that in the legend kills Orochi, like the actual Habakiri.
Ame no Habakiri. Hana.
Yeah, Ame no Habakiri.
Something
that
like that.
one belongs to Momonosuke.
Yeah.
And then Enma belongs to her, but she gave Enma to Zoro.
Huh.
But still, yeah, I was hoping that, like, I mean, again, like, it wasn't ever like, it wasn't ever foreshadowed to me that it would happen, but I was hoping that she would have the other sword with her, to at least, like, you know, give him a good stab or something.
Yeah. Like, I feel you on that hope. I personally, like, am willing to accept the fact that it's, like, probably in some degree out of character. Because, like, we don't know her to have, like, trained in that sense. But, like, you know, she's also, like, the top courtesan of the country. Like, a little knife, a little tiny knife, whatever. Straight to the dome.
Yeah.
That's all we needed.
Yeah. I can see it both ways, because I really did want her to, like, actually kill Orochi.
For sure.
But depending how Oda plays it, I could also see, and I would kind of, I guess, like it a little bit. It would be kind of a juxtaposition of or it'd be like a duality of what's happening with Momonosuke and what's happening with her. Because, like, if the reason is expanded upon that like Denjiro came in and killed Orochi for her, is like, if Denjiro doesn't want her to, like, lose her, like, not, I guess, like, humanity or something, he doesn't want her to, like, cross that path that he had to cross to become who he is right now.
Revenge, and, you know.
And then, like, the opposite of that coin is Momo, who was forced into that decision, who didn't have a choice like Denjiro. Like, he didn't have somebody like Denjiro to, like, stop him from making that choice. Like, he just had to do it. If that's, like, a road that can be taken down later, I think that'd be pretty cool. But I do kind of also agree. I'm like, man, I wish he just would have had the other sword. Like, man, just
kill him.
Just have her, like, just have her stab him. Like, I wish he like it. I don't know. While he was on the ground, just, like, stab him. Maybe I'm just bloodthirsty and I really hate Orochi that much. Because, like, normally I would also not be, like, begging for like death in One Piece.
Yeah.
But for this one specific character, we've said it before. I want a seinen chapter of just his death.
Historically, when it comes to Orochi, we've been very much like, holy shit, like, genre change, I don't care, end his fucking life.
Yeah, he is, and this flashback did not. This flashback only solidified our views in that.
Exactly, like, there's no redeeming qualities. The man needs to die ASAP.
ASAP. A good part of this is if he's not dead and he comes back, that means he gets to die again.
Exactly, and we get to like snort more copium.
Yup.
And be like, oh, she's gonna get the kill. She's gonna get the kill. Look, even if it's Momo, I'm like, whatever, fine.
Yeah, I'm still, look, call me a terrible gambler, but I'm still hoping that we get a repeat of the scene where Orochi had the barrier user protect him, and then like he tricked Odin. I'm huffing major copium, putting all of my money on red number 24 on roulette. I don't know how roulette works, but that's what I'm doing right now. I'm hoping we get the repeat of that scene with Bartolomeo helping out Momonosuke and them.
Dog.
Because, like, bro, look, all I'm going to say on that is that Luffy fucking died. Kaido bashed his skull in and he died, and then his heart restarted. What the hell do you think happened to his Vivre card that everybody on his alliance has when he died for a split second? Like,
dude, I want that to be true so bad, but we must all admit that is munitions grade copium.
Yeah, no, this is like, this is pre-patch 4 Loco levels of copium.
Dude, yellow cake levels.
Yellow cake levels of copium. If anybody knows about pre-patch 4 Loco, it's been it has been such an honor serving with you, because you know what true power truly is.
Dude, thank God that was changed.
Yeah, thank God for the patch. But holy shit, no, that's gonna wrap it up for us this week. We are not on break. We're actually coming back in, it said 6 days.
Yeah.
Or no, 7 days. Never mind. I'm dumb. I don't know what said 6 days, but something on Viz said 6 days. But I'm dumb. We're not on break. We're getting a new chapter, 1049, next week. Yeah, don't forget to follow all of our social media. We're at Paramecia Cast on Twitter, Paramecia Fancast everywhere else. Episodes go up every single week on parameciafancast.libsyn.com, which is our hosting site. If you're into direct downloads of podcasts, or if you just want the easy way, any of the major podcasters, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, any podcatcher that receives an RSS feed, you can download our podcast there every Monday following the official Sunday release. Episodes also go up on YouTube every single week. I do have way better internet now that I just moved, so those uploads should be coming a little bit faster, but I still have to deal with YouTube's BS, so they will be up every week.
It's a mystery, man.
Yeah.
If we ever do the exclusive Spanish episode of Paramecia Fancast, that's where that'll be. Like, you know, over the years we make big promises of like stuff that we want to do. Life gets in the way. It's y'all know. But like, we really do want to be like a little experimental with what we do with the YouTube.
Yeah, I definitely we got some ideas floating around. In the a little inside baseball in the new place I've moved. My closet is huge, so huge in fact that I can put my clothes all in there and still have way more room than I need. So I'm making it into a podcast recording room with like soundproofing foam and stuff. So I definitely want to put that to use and record like videos and stuff in there.
Like legit, I might be doing the exact same thing. It really depends on if I can get enough parts for like half a new PC, and then I make a jank podcast only PC. I could also be Closet Boys.
Hell yes, the closet era of Paramecia Fancast.
That sounds...
Which implies the coming out of the closet arc.
Oh no, I already do that a little too often. I want to break. Actually, I don't want to go back in.